Hi, mentors. My name is Queen Nguyen. I am the director for the Career Development Center at SUNY Optometry. And if you are watching this video, it means that one of our students has requested you to be a mentor and that you have agreed. So I've just put this quick program overview just for your information so that you have a better sense of what we're trying to do at the college. But first and foremost, I just really want to thank you for even taking the time and volunteer to help with our students and mentor them this year. Without you, we really couldn't run this program. So we really, really appreciate it. So to begin, I just want to go over why this program was started. So part of our 2018 to 2023 5-year strategic plan at the college, we had the goal of enhancing our student experience through programs that both promote students and alumni success. So particularly in this first goal, you can see that we want to enhance the students' experience through opportunities such like this so that they can develop and be more successful overall in their careers. And the second thing that we really want to do is develop meaningful connections between our students and our alumni. And really give alumni a chance to an avenue to give back to the college as well, because we do have many alumni like yourselves who are just very selfless and very giving. So that really is, the main goal of why we have this mentoring program to begin with. The Family Mentors program is, in the past, it's been online and in person, but for this year, many of our programs are suspended in person. So we don't anticipate it being really in person unless over the next year, things do get better and you do feel comfortable meeting your mentees. I suspect it'll probably mainly be online, but again, just to reiterate, it's to help the students' personal, academic, and career development. And we really also want to give them a chance to expand their professional networks for both the students and for the mentors as well. A few goals that we have for the program. Again, we talk about the development. We want to help, also provide them with more satisfaction in their time at SUNY. This is another great avenue for them to be engaged and involved and also to get something meaningful out of it. And I can tell from past programs that students really appreciate having an older mentor who is out working, who knows the industry better, and who can kind of help guide them a little bit because they're just barely starting their careers. Another thing that this program could be very helpful for is to help them think about some of their career goals and refine them earlier in the process. So not waiting until graduation or before they start working to really think about it. We also want to provide them an opportunity to learn how to develop professional networks. How do you meet someone? How do you develop that relationship and cultivate it? And then also expanding your professional network, because we do understand that it is an important part of a successful career. Another goal that we have is we hope that these relationships will work out and that the students and the mentors end up being colleagues and that this relationship could last beyond their time at SUNY in that 1 year. All right, and then I did also mention that we do want to provide a meaningful avenue for our alumni, some of our partners and professional organizations to stay connected with the college and be involved. So that's the gist of the program. The challenges, though, obviously is both geographical and there are time constraints. So geographical in the sense that we're at SUNY, we're on 42nd Street in Manhattan, and a number of you are not here. Most of you are not at in New York City or in the States. Some of you are, in California, in Chicago, in sometimes in other countries. So that makes it hard to have any sort of program that is at the college. And then obviously the time constraint is a big deal too, because our 3rd and 4th years are, they have schoolwork, they have patient care, they have to worry about boards. The doctors, the mentors, obviously you have your practices, you have your careers, you have kids, as well as a number of other things that need your attention, especially during this time when the COVID-19 virus is really upending everything that we're used to. So considering both of these challenges, we do understand that it's very hard to oftentimes make this work. And so we try to make it as simple as possible and as little stress as possible for both the mentees and the mentors. So our program expectation is very simple for the mentors anyway. We hope that you will watch this recording once you match with the mentee so that it gives you a better sense of what to expect from the program. Our requirement is very specific. We just hope that you give at least an hour of your time every month. If you have more time for them, we appreciate that. I have told the students that they can communicate with you however both of you decide that is best for you. So some of you may do it by email, some of you prefer texting, it might be Zoom. And I have encouraged the students to figure out what works best for you as well, mentors. So whatever that ends up being, I hope that you end up utilizing that moving forward. And then at some point, again, hopefully they can see you in person, whether it's visiting your practice, meeting up for a cup of coffee, seeing you at academy, a slew of other ways. But for now, it will be virtual while it's safe. The match for this program will be pretty much when you're matched. So most of you will be matched at the end of September now or October, and it will run through May of 2021 when the class of 2021 graduates. For some third years who are matched with you, it may go really well to the point where they want to continue that. And if you offer them that option, they would continue on to a second year. If there are any surveys that we send out, oftentimes it'll be kind of a mid-year survey or an end-of-year survey just to see how things are going. We hope that you will take a little bit of time to do them. And then any email communication that comes out through, from our office, through me, or through the students, I hope that you will just respond. But we understand how busy you are and we appreciate you. So we'll try as much as possible not to bother you, okay? Here's a quick timeline of how things work. The first phase is obviously getting to know your mentee a little bit. So you may review their mentee profile on the SUNY I network. If you are in that platform, most of you will be. There is an agreement that I'll ask the mentees to share with you. You don't have to formally sign it or anything. It's just kind of a way to talk through your expectations for each other. When the students do meet with you the first time, I have encouraged them to create a schedule of meeting times and days that would work for both. So, so that you know what to expect each month and you don't surprise each other. Some mentees in the past has worked with mentors who are very flexible. They'll give out their cell phone number and they'll say, hey, just contact me whenever you need something. And it's very much more informal. Oftentimes that can work out really well as well, because some mentees don't necessarily have to talk to you specific time and a specific day every month. Maybe sometimes they just have things that come up and they want to ask you about it. So I'll let both sides kind of decide how that works best for them. I have also encouraged students to kind of think about some goals that they want to work through maybe with you. Again, not required, but just a recommendation. So I have a goals worksheet that I've created for them that they could use if they want to work on them with you. And that just gives you, again, something else to work through together in your mentoring relationship. And then again, the first 3 days, you're going to meet that one time for an hour or more if you choose. And then, the phase 2 is the rest of the year, really through May, continue working towards any goals that the students may have. I have created a list of exploratory questions that I've posted on the website for the students and the mentors to access it if they'd like. They're just common questions that students typically have as they go through school and as they finished up their 4th year. Again, it gives you kind of a way to think about some things that you could discuss when you do meet. And then, of course, you continue to meet in person. If we send you any communication, we hope that you'll respond. And then, again, we're not going to have events or activities together here in phase 2, but if there are virtual events, perhaps you could attend them and with your mentee even, okay? And then phase 3 is just that last month there in May. The 4th years will have graduated and they would move on to be your colleague. The 3rd years, again, we can assess to see whether or not the mentoring relationship is working out well. And then if both sides agree, they may continue that into another year. We hope that, the mentors continue to come back if they choose to work with new or returning mentees. And we do hope that our mentees have gotten enough out of it that they want to come back as a professional when they graduate to be a mentor for someone else. So we hope it becomes kind of a an evergreen kind of cycle where we keep continuing to have more and more mentors for our students. And it's a really valuable resource for them. So that's the hope. So in the initial meeting, we hope that you'll just get to know your mentee. Again, I talked about the agreement, deciding how and when you're going to communicate. There's a goals worksheet if you want to use it. There are exploratory questions. The resources are online at the link there that you can access if you'd like. I think this is a little redundant. What I will say is that at the end of October, we will have a virtual mentoring event. So just a way for all of us to get together with all of you and the alumni office as well. So if you should you choose, we hope that you come. It'll just be for an hour and we'll get to kind of meet everybody online. So more to come about that. This is just a quick overview of the goals worksheet that I had posted online. We hope that when you do make the goals with your mentee that, you make it specific, right? You make it measurable. So like, how are you going to achieve the goal? When is it going to be achieved? It should be attainable. So it should be realistic, and it should be relevant to optometry or what some of their goals are, whether it's personal or academic or career. And then, of course, it should be time bound. So there should be a time frame which the mentee will set out to try and achieve this goal. And that gives you a way to see if they are achieving the goal in that time. And it gives them something kind of like a deadline, kind of with anything else to work on it. So we hope that you'll follow this format if you choose to use it. And it should really help. So the mentees have this resource and they can go over it with you if you like. These are some exploratory questions that some students may have. Maybe in the third year, they may ask you about different modes of practices. They may ask you about what skills they need to acquire before they graduate, how they can capitalize on, the kind of work that's out there that's consistent with what they want, whether it's their interests, their values, or maybe their background. Fourth years might talk about debt, job search. Maybe they'll ask you questions about interviews or contracts. But again, these are just questions for students to explore with the mentors. None of this is required, obviously. The timeline for this is, by Monday, September 21st, that's actually yesterday, our mentees should have been sending out requests, and we're hoping that by October 5th, so about 2 Mondays from now, that we get all of our students matched. So we have over 50 students who are in the program now. If there are any issues or if mentors don't respond, we'll rematch them. And then we hope that in October that the students go ahead and try to have their first meeting with you. October through May, we will encourage students to continue to talk to you every month through whatever communication channels that you've decided on. Again, any goals that they have, any questions they may have, if there are any virtual events, I've encouraged them to attend and continue to develop the relationship. And then towards the end in May, end of May is when we're going to go ahead and end the program for this year. I have set aside some money to provide some scholarships and grants for mentees in the program who've had successful relationships, mentoring relationships. We're not really putting on in-person events, so we do have some funds left over to help them with this. And then, of course, our class of 2021 students will graduate in May, and they'll be your colleagues. And then we also want to, recognize a mentor who has done an outstanding job mentoring one of our students. So we will have an award for the Mentor of the Year towards the end, towards May. That's it. I wanted to keep it short and sweet and just concise so that you get most of the information that you need. Again, I really want to thank you for volunteering to help our students. This is a tremendous resource for them. I didn't have this program when I was at SUNY, but I wish that I did have a mentor that can guide me through some of the angst and anxiety that I had when I was finishing school. So again, thank you so much for volunteering to help our students. I know that they'll find this to be very, very worthwhile. If you have any questions at all, at any time, any issues, students not responding to you, please feel free to email me there or call my office at 212-938-5505. But otherwise, I hope you stay well, and I hope that at some point we'll get a chance to either meet you virtually or in person at SUNY. So thank you again.